Hey guys, what's going on? It's Nick from MTG Unlimited. I'm just going to be doing a Con of Tarkir clan mechanics video for you guys today. Just briefly talking about each of the clans and their mechanics, how they apply to the clan, their ups and downs, their goods and bads. Just going to talk about that for a little bit. So our first mechanic we have is for all clans. It is the morph mechanic. You guys have seen this mechanic before. It's a returning mechanic. You basically pay 3 colorless mana for a 2/2 face down, and then you flip it over for some amount of mana, and you get the abilities stated on the card in addition to the abilities that are already on the card, which is very, very nice, and you get a lot of value out of it. It does take a little bit more mana, but in the long run, it really doesn't matter too much. It's just a very, very good mechanic. Next mechanic we have is the Sultai mechanic, Delve, also a returning mechanic. I really, really like Delve. You're going to find a lot of high-costing spells in this clan with this mechanic that basically will really impact the game, but in order to lower the mana cost a little bit, you are allowed to exile cards from your graveyard. It reduces a colorless mana each time you exile a card. And take note that it is just a colorless mana. You cannot get rid of mana symbols in the casting cost. But regardless, it's still a very, very good mechanic. You get a lot of value out of your cards, being able to play them for very, very cheap. Just stacking up your graveyard so you can just start delving away your deck for hardly any mana is really, really powerful. The next mechanic we have is the Temur mechanic, Ferocious. Ferocious is all about attacking before you play the card. So you're going to want to play these cards after you've already pass through your combat phase, so your cards are going to get an additional bonus by having attacked that turn. So you get a lot more value out of your card, and it's very, very nice, especially since you're going to be attacking a lot in the aggro-based clan that the Mardu is. The next mechanic we have is the Temur mechanic, Ferocious. This mechanic, I feel, is very guaranteed. You're always going to have a creature with power 4 or greater. So really, Temur mechanics is just very, very good cards with added benefits that you don't really need to worry about because you already are going to have creatures with power 4 or greater on the battlefield. So I think Ferocious is a very, very strong mechanic. Next mechanic we have is the Abzan mechanic, Outlast. I particularly like this mechanic because it slows down the game a little bit. You get to sit there for relatively low amounts of mana, tap your creatures, put +1/+1 counters on them, and then you get added benefits from that, whether it's putting out a 1/1 soldier token or giving all your creatures first strike that have 1/1 counters on them. Just a very, very strong mechanic, and at the same time beefing up your creatures. So I think this is going to be a very, very strong clan and very, very strong mechanic. Not to mention cards that are ridiculous like Utter End, but we won't talk about that yet. So next mechanic we have is Prowess in the Jeskai clan. Prowess is my least favorite of the mechanics, though still very, very good and very, very useful. You get the benefit from this mechanic by casting non-creature spells and putting +1/+1 counters on your creatures for the turn. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is just for the turn. They're not permanent, but either way, still very, very good. I still really like this mechanic and think it will definitely have an impact in Standard. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the rest of our channel. We do weekly giveaways, deck techs, everything. So thanks, guys.